And welcome back to Stardew Valley. This is Sadie.
And Chibi.
And here we go. This is a back-to-back with our last recording, so Chibi still got his sore throat, but we have announcements coming up. So I feel like we're in high school. I get to do the announcements today. Come on. You all know I wasn't that enthusiastic about high school. Which is, like, I did just fine. Like, it was not a horribly traumatic... Like, when people say I hate high school, I was like, it didn't suck as much as it could have. So, maybe I'm just naturally optimistic, though. I'm also naturally sarcastic. Optimistic people who are sarcastic is a really awkward thing, because I think really, really, harsh things, and then I smile, and hope I don't say them out loud. That's Kent just sent me this. I picked up this recipe overseas. Enjoy. Want to say thanks for making me feel welcome. And he sent me crispy bass. Aw. Well, thank you, man. So, he sent me a fish and chips recipe. Clue as to where he's been?
There's a lot of places that have, fish and chips.
Fair enough. So, for those who just, who didn't catch our last video, Chibi and I will be putting together an announcement video probably as soon as we're done recording here. But we'll give you a slight spoiler. We have Chibi, in his infinite wisdom, has set us up for some, what are we going to call it? We don't even have a name. Oh my gosh. Also, I picked up 11 things of jam and I couldn't find any of them. I was like, what? Did not sip me in jam. Good. But yeah, we have, here's our new sheet, B, because Chibi got that song stuck in my head about a week ago. But we will be adding live streaming, and we are going to, we kind of got the schedule sorted out. Then do a quick, scheduling video below this one or above this one. I never figure out how that goes. But we will get an actual, scheduling thing out to you. If you can watch it live, we'd love that. If not, of course, the recordings will get posted to YouTube. I think it takes like 15 minutes after we're done or something.
I think so, yeah.
It was almost instant. But we will be adding live streaming. That will allow Chibi and I to do more game reviews. Right now, the main issue is a matter of upload time. By the time I get a 2-hour video and I get it prepped and I get it ready for uploading and scanned and a picture over to Chibi for Chibi to do the cover art, and oh my gosh, it is a whole thing. In theory, I just get better at cover art, but this is me and I've put so much time in. So, since we don't want to reduce the number of videos we're getting, we definitely don't want to, film shorter, not as involved games, because we honestly like long, intricate, games that drag on for your life. Yeah, that sounds like a great way to put it, doesn't it, Chips?
Yeah.
Optimism plus sarcasm. That's it. Not as deadly as, say, like, my taco sauce and anyone else. That's a horrible comment. But by cutting back what is, how much time it takes to get a video processed and prepped and out to you, you can get more videos and perhaps even, get some quality going. So, fun things ahead. Of course, I think everything's fun.
Yeah. I streamed back in the day for a little while.
And then dinosaurs roamed the earth, kids. My inventory is full again. Cactus fruit jelly. 11 gooey blackberry jellies. A whole bunch of corn. Some mayonnaise. A little bit of starred milk. Some just doing sort of the shuffle of getting everything where it needs to be. I am still, like, every time I play this game and I start making goat cheese, I'm like, ooh, I need a feta on a salad. This game has the effect of making me hungry. Munchies +5.
This game plus hanging out with you.
Oh god, yeah, I talk about food all the time. And like some days I'm like, I just spent 3 hours talking about snacks. Like, it doesn't escape me after, you know, words, oh, well, dang. Which, to be fair, like, because one of the things that we talk about is how effective are the commercials on YouTube? Because we get some interesting ones, you know, random. We got one day for, like, I'm not even kidding. We got a 3 or 4 minute ad, like the big long infomercial ad for the Squatty Potty. And if you've not seen this commercial, I laughed till there were tears. It is the most ridiculous, terror horrible, oh my god, amazing commercial ever. And yeah, the Squatty Potty. And we've had Poopery be one of our, you know, YouTube picks more than a few times. So, you know, Chibi and I have talked, are we the poop channel? Is it that we make people hungry all the time? I got Arby's commercials the other day on an Epic Lions video, and I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But yes, YouTube commercials totally work, because the other day I saw one, and I was like, I have to go to Arby's now. And I went to Arby's. And it was fine, ordered my sandwich, went through the drive-thru, because I live in Flint, I'm not getting out, right? And go through the drive-thru, order my sandwich, get all the way back home, like 3 miles later, and they didn't give me the Arby's sauce.
That is terrible.
It was terrible, because I realized something. The only reason to eat an Arby's sandwich is Arby's sauce. Like, once a year I'll be like, oh, that sounds good. I totally want that. And then I'm like, yeah, nope, just a sauce. In fact, last time I went to Arby's, you know what that was?
When we went to see Psycho Stick?
Yep. Which was October a year ago. Chibi's favorite live band is Psycho Stick. They happen to be playing in town, like, the day before Halloween, or the day of. And so we went to go see. Actually, probably one of the better concerts I've ever been to. The concert venue was slightly terrifying. Like, it was in a bar. And that's fine. But we're talking like the bathroom doors had been knocked down repeatedly and then duct taped back together for ladies' room kind of bar. Like, you're afraid to sit, you might get hepatitis from the toilet. Okay. So, yeah. But, to be fair, you know, I told you, you pick what you want to do, and we'll go do it, and by God, you picked. At some point I will drag you to an opera and be like, hey, remember when I went to that scary, you know, bar and tried to hover while taking a tinkle, and...
I would totally go see an opera, so...
Fair enough. But, yeah, it was a questionable... it was a questionable establishment. That said, the music, pretty good, except for, like, the opening band was one of those, if I play my out-of-tune instrument...
It wasn't even the first band, it was, like, the band before the actual main event.
Yeah, it was, like, 5 different bands were playing, and one of them was of the, if I play my instrument really loud, maybe they won't notice how out of tune it is, train of thought. Yeah, and that was terrible. Like, you know it's bad when one of the opening bands is up, and you want to go up there and smash their guitars for them.
You're like, no, bad. You're destroying music. Stop it.
I don't get many get off my lawn moments, But I seriously wanted to like go up there, and it wasn't that I'm maybe if the instruments were in tune, the songs would have been okay, but it was that it was so far out of tune that everybody was cringing, and yeah, it just so that tune your guitars, kids. It doesn't matter if you're just learning or if you've been playing forever. Tune your guitars, and you will sound 10 times better just by your notes coming out correctly. Yeah, that was the thing. Also, the Psycho Stick concerts, because let's be honest, who doesn't love Bruce Campbell's shit?
Bruce Campbell. Dur, 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 dur.
Yeah. They, definitely not a band I could take the kids to see quite yet, but, for an adult, I mean, there's a lot of foul words. Let's put it that way. You could not say, have this playing in the car and pick up your grandma. At least not my grandma. I don't know. Chibi's mom's kind of chill. She might be singing along, actually. Now that I'm thinking about your mom, yeah, she might be singing along. But yeah, like mine, nope. That's just that's not gonna happen. Nice. All of my various thingies and what sits back at the house are all ready for the batteries, the milk into cheese, the mayonnaise machines, all the pickle jars are pickling.
Good, good.
The cloth is ready. I feel vaguely productive. So, yes, streaming. And we know what the first Chibi stream is going to be. I need to check with the boys' school schedule, which is a little odd. I don't know if Evan shared his news yet, so I'll leave that one up to him. But his schedule just got way open, which is good. And, Eric's so nice too. Some farmers have reported strange things happening when large fields of cauliflower, melon, or pumpkin reach maturity. So yes, you can plant a bunch of plants next to each other, and they will make a single superfruit between them. The problem is it needs to be 3 by 3, and I don't have the sprinklers yet to manage this. So when we get a bit more iridium and get up to the 5 by 5s, our odds of getting super crops will go up.
Yeah.
Also, there is Beep Beep, our sheep, right here. She's adorably fluffy. And we have cows to milk. Oh, but my inventory's full. Okay, we can deal with that. Cows look at me like, what the heck, man?
Huh. Emily just gave me a duck feather.
Nice. I still need one. There's a bundle that uses one. I still need one. So if you haven't gone that far yet,
I haven't got that bundle yet. Or, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that far yet? It's the dye bundle.
I just now unlocked that one.
Yep.
Now, I would not like to eat the holly.
Would you like to eat this poisonous fruit? We think you would. Yeah, I'm never quite so sure what the game thinks sometimes. And again with a full inventory. This is going to take me 20 minutes to just pick up my crops. I know, what a terrible problem to have, right? My garden's doing too well. Although, to be fair, it seems like anyone who plants zucchini knows that feeling halfway through summer. You know, the one where your neighbors like won't even open the door to you anymore because they see you coming. My aunt, my rather fun artsy hippie aunt, uh, she used to plant zucchini every summer, and they'd get sick of it about halfway through, and they would just keep coming. And so she used to have us like ding dong ditch entire giant grocery store bags of zucchini at like the neighbors' houses. Like at certain points in California, if you don't lock your car, someone's going to put a bag of zucchini in there in August and say, "Here you go, you're welcome."
Now, some would see that as a problem. However, I do not.
My aunt made the best chocolate chip zucchini bread. And yeah,
I don't think I've had zucchini bread before.
you've never had. Okay, so it might be, you know, an old hippie thing, just like carrot cake is technically vegetables disguised as cake. But zucchini bread, because the zucchini stays super, super moist, it tastes like a chocolate chip one at least. Tastes like a brownie and a chocolate fudge cake had a baby. And that baby is now on your plate. If you want, I'll make you some this summer.
Okay.
Which means you need to plant some zucchini. 1 zucchini. Singular. Do not let it go all Mothra on you. They'll do that.
And then the world is taken over by zucchini.
But yeah, fair enough. A whole lot of, you know, what passed for desserts were zucchini based when I was a kid. Which is funny because now I see people are like, "Oh, kale this and kale that," and I'm like, dude, I was zucchiniing before it was cool. And there we are. So, I want to draw your attention to this happy little scarecrow down here. This one here, this is actually Turnip Head from Howl's Moving Castle. We rewatched that with the kids 2 days ago. And yeah, that is by far my favorite Miyazaki film. And right here we have Turnip Head in his turnipy self. And I love it. Oh, so you talk to Pam next to bus, and she says, "Oh, my head. I think she has a hangover." Yeah, let's go to the Calico Desert. We haven't been there lately.
What's the Calico Desert?
That is something Chibi has not yet gone. When you get the bus unlocked, you can come here. Which looks a lot like Palm Springs, I won't even lie. I basically just paid $500 to go to Palm Springs and go dig in the sand. But it also has the coconuts are located here. And if you're like me, you were a total dork, you didn't empty your inventory, so you can come right here into Oasis. They sell rhubarb for spring. They sell starfruit for summer and beets for fall. We currently have beets going and coconuts. And alas, she does not buy anything in my stinking inventory. That would have been lovely. But she says no. So we're going to have to get rid of some sap and toss out a few bits and bobs. Don't need pine cones or acorns. Plant fiber, unnecessary. So some of those bits and bulbs that we don't really need any of. We also have this guy who frankly looks like Giovanni from Team Rocket. He's a bouncer and he won't let us in the club. Which is sort of like the story of Chibi's entire 20s. They ain't letting you in the club, Chibis. Although, if the clubs were like that, place that we went to see Psycho Sick, I don't want to go in the club either, because that place scared me. You can shake a coconut tree, and a coconut falls on your head. Huh. I feel like I ought to have a hard hat for this, but yes, you can actually right-click and shake yourself a coconut. I'm not mad at it. A little confused by it. Not mad at it. I wonder, can you chop down a cactus? Nope, these cactuses you cannot do. Whole bunch of clay soil, which is weird since this is a desert, and the soil should be sandy. But okay. Another coconut. Well, Chibs, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Do.
All lined up in a row. I still need to find the key this time. I'm gonna have to actually spend a little bit of time on the Stardew Wiki. I'm sure everybody else is like, you have to go here, girl. Alright. Oh, is that one reachable? Yeah, that's a reachable coconut. And that is pretty much all we've got unlocked right now at the Calico Desert, but I did want to at least show you guys that, yes, all of that worked. Get that bus repaired. Here's what it got us. It got us access. So, doing good. Also, my foot is completely asleep. That might not be so pertinent to everybody else, but you know that moment where you've been sitting on your foot for way too long and then you're like, oh my god, I will never feel my ankle again? So I said,
Sometimes, yes.
how do you only get that moment sometimes? Teach me a great one. Alright, here's Penny. What do we have that Penny might like? I think she likes mayonnaise. Everybody likes mayonnaise. Which, you know what? Ain't even trying. I'm going straight for the diamond. Girl, if the diamond don't give me a heart... No, diamond did not in fact give me a heart. I feel like I'm amazingly bad at the relationship portion of this game. It could be me. I could just be, you know, bad at this. Now, the mayor wanted me to get him, and I'm going to have to look here in a second, but he wanted me to get him some oil. And I do have an oil maker. Makes gourmet truffle oil. I think I need to get the pigs to get the truffles to make the truffle oil worthwhile. And I don't have pigs yet. I think I have the largest barn though. I have sheep. I could be missing something. I'm probably missing something.
I am unsure.
That's okay. I'm sure, you know, like, it's going to be something that was like, slap your, you know, upside your head, easy, that I'm just completely missing.
Yeah, I've donated the frozen here already, so I can just sell this.
You know what? Let's try Let's try putting a coconut in the oil maker. I don't know if it'll work, but I know that coconut oil is a real life thing. Nope. Well, there went our attempt. Maybe we hollow it out, get some pineapple and some rum. And then... Yeah, because when I go into my barn here, I've got sheep, I've got cows, I have a goat. Beep does not produce milk, so I'm going to have to get some shears for him. But we are not yet there. Huh. That's going to be... Alright, I will be looking that up after we end, and I think this is the end of the second day. What do you think, Chips? Have you been keeping track?
I'm like halfway through the second day over here, but now I paused to look at my inventory and stuff like that probably far more often than you do, so... maybe?
Okay, well, if you're on your second day, then I think I am too. So I'm going to just do a little deforestation over here while you wrap up your report. Are you excited about live streaming?
Yep. Considering like 5 viewers showed up for the test stream.
Yeah, which was nice. We didn't advertise or anything. We just was here, throwing it out there, and people showed up. And get valuable feedback like, yes, we can hear you. And looks fine on my phone. Which I'm like, people watch the internet on their phones. Wow. I don't. My phone is amazingly old, but I have dropped it. You know, I've kicked it across the floor. That thing is bounced off the concrete, and it still answers. Versus the kids' phones, like they look at it funny 2 days after they get it, and the screen's cracked, and then I've got to buy replacements. So until that phone dies, I'm not replacing it. That is the plan. Man, that phone is ride or die. Right now, it's still going.
Yep. And mine's about the same way. It's one of those older, you know, built for quality, not, oh my god, look at this gigantic screen that can break if you accidentally drop it.
Just let's be honest, I will drop my phone. You have seen me drop a phone on concrete and then kick it with my foot while trying to pick it up. I am not coordinated. There's a reason I play video games and not actual sports. For one thing, I don't think I could afford the insurance co-pays if I played actual sports. That's not gonna happen. For another thing, no coordination. Alright, so I'm going to shove a bunch of this wood in our charcoal maker because we keep running low on coal since they're found at the first few levels. And, yeah. We need charcoal to make even more pickle jars. Maybe this should have been called Vlasic Valley, you know? The pickle people, you're saying?
I just got something for a bundle. I got the solar essence.
That's awesome. How goes Chibi and the search for the hidden stairs?
I have left the mines.
Ah. No longer mine? Did you mine at night?
unlike Minecraft, and we spawn at any time of day in the mines.
You know, funnily enough, in Minecraft Underground, they do too.
Mm.
I remember the first time I heard "Don't Mind" at night, and then it didn't leave my brain for like a week. Because annoyingly catchy song is annoyingly catchy. Alright, it's time to head to bed. It's after midnight here. And I think that wraps up our recordings for this afternoon.
No, it wraps yours up. I need like 2 minutes.
Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and end my recording here, and I will keep you all company on Chibi's channel over there.
This is Chibi.
And Sadie, and I'll see you on that channel. Bye-bye.
A monster, or no, it would be the Adventurers bundle, wouldn't it?
Probably. I like how you ask me questions that I have no idea what the answer is, though. But, let's see. Which item did you get?
The Solar Essence. Yep, it's under the Adventurers bundle.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't also in the field research. There's 1 or 2 items that show up in more than one place. That drives me as crazy as it sounds.
Plunk, 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 plunk.
And I'm totally not pulling up the Stardew Valley wiki to figure out what I'm missing here. Oop, oop, oop.
Pine tar. I think that's part of the art. Nope, not the Artisans bundle. Alright, I already have the pine tar. I do have over 1,000 stone, though.
Nice.
Which means when I start upgrading my house and everything, that's... And since we've already done our outro once, I'm just gonna say so long. And thanks for all the fish.